Mayor Daley recently announced how the city will use funding from the federal economic stimulus program. Here are highlights from that press conference.
Today I want to update Chicagoans on development in the last few weeks that helped move those federal support dollars into neighborhoods in our city where they can begin to help the economy. I want to remind people that all the information about how Chicago plans to use this federal money can be found on the city's website, and Pat Harney is here. It's important for local businesses and not-for-profits to check the website to see what opportunities there are to become involved in the programs that are supported by the federal stimulus package. One of the phrases used to describe projects that qualify for federal support is shovel ready. Well, we have shovels in the ground already. 10% of the $12 million project to improve our one-way and a taxiway at O'Hare International Airport is completed. Work is underway on the rehab of what will be a total of 900 Chicago Housing Authority units. We have begun providing job training this summer for what will be a total of 7,200 Chicago low-income jobs for young people. A replacement of more than 7 miles of track to eliminate slow zones in the Blue Line's Dearborn subway has begun. That's an $88 million project. And the CTA is ready to take delivery on 59 new hybrid buses purchased with federal support dollars. In addition to the work that has begun, we've also, in the past few weeks, applied for formula grants totaling $20 million in the area of energy efficiency, which would enable us to upgrade street and traffic lights, make 1,000 households more energy efficient. We also have applied for competitive grants totaling $47 million in the area of port and transit security and clean water. To continue our commitment to make Chicago neighborhoods safer and their residents secure, we are seeking grants of $106 million under the COPS Hiring Recovery Program to pay for the 400 new police officer recruits. We're also applying for $3.5 million in grants to help us analyze violent crime data, expand our forensic investigation capability, expand the police department's mortgage fraud and vacant property program. In the mortgage fraud area, unfortunately, many people were taken advantage by the criminal element dealing with mortgage fraud throughout, not only here, but throughout the country. Everybody realizes that. We've also sent award letters to agencies that will help us provide a variety of services to low-income individuals and families with $19 million in funds from the Community Service Block Grant Program. We expect to receive a grant of $1 million for diesel retrofits of some of the city's vehicle fleet. We have put our request for proposals to provide home delivery meals to Chicago homebound seniors and, of course, address the problem of homeless youth in our city. We will shortly be announcing which providers have been selected to help provide dining meals for older adults across the city and help. And looking to the future, we have also created a new partnership with our local non-for-profit community groups to maximize our economic recovery resources, extend the benefits beyond just this one large infusion of federal funding. In other words, we have sat down with all the foundations. A lot of the foundations have particular areas of concern. Maybe homeless, housing, jobs, economic development, a lot of areas that we look at. So they're the expertise. So we are not competing against them. We are working with all the non-for-profits and community-based organizations so we can be on one page in order to maximize the money that we can receive, not just the city, but non-for-profits and community-based organizations. No other city is doing anything like that, which is really important, because if everybody starts competing against everyone on one issue, then many times we'll be excluded, where other cities will pick that up. We're better to be on one page. As you can see, this is a huge undertaking, but one that provides us with economic opportunities. We are making sure that Chicago receives the greatest possible benefit. We are people in Washington dealing with the legislative and executive branch continually on these efforts, because people think you have federal laws, rules, and regulations and court decisions. Then you have state laws, rules, and regulations, state court decisions that deal with all types of funding. So you have, that's why Pat Harney, we put it under one person to really look at it and be able to work with not only governmental agencies but not-for-profits and community-based. Our plan is very, very responsible, and we work to balance our budget. This supports us avoid some spending cuts we might have been forced to make as the economy continues to grow. And the other thing we're not doing is the city is not putting any public employees on in regards to the stimulus package. We are not putting anyone on. We believe the money should flow from us right into community-based or non-for-profit organizations or other governmental agencies to make sure that they respond. Everyone will be fully informed on the way the city uses this federal funding and to improve the quality of life. Thank you very much.
I'd like to introduce now Mary Ellen Karen, the Commissioner of the Department of Family and Support Services.
Thank you, Alderman. Thank you, Mayor Daley. Our department is managing the Human Infrastructure Recovery and Reinvestment Act funding, and it allows us to expand current programming, develop new programs that will fill gaps in service, and expand our reach to new communities. So it's basically broken up into 6 areas. The first area is senior services. Will receive $1.2 million that will serve to provide an additional 108,000 home delivered meals and 127,000 congregate dining meals for seniors who come into different places around the city, community-based organizations, as well as our senior centers to have lunches throughout the week. In addition, we'll be receiving $34 million for residents who are struggling to stay in their homes. This is from the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD is what we call it, and will provide nearly 19,000 additional Chicago households who are homeless or on the brink of becoming homeless to provide stabilization services for those families and households, and that includes rental assistance. It does not include mortgage assistance, but it does include mental health and substance abuse help. The other one is the Community Service Block Grant, which will provide to 10,000 low-income households support to help them become more stable in their lives. So one of the things that they'll be able to do is access services through public benefits, so they can go one place and find out all the public benefits that they're eligible for. It's also to help them with workforce training issues and educational opportunities, again, also for mental health services. The Children's Services Department will receive funding from for both Head Start and child care to increase child care opportunities for families, particularly those that have been hit by the stimulus, not by the stimulus, by the economic downturn. And then the last one is summer jobs, which will be 7,200 young people will receive summer jobs this summer. And behind you are people from Instituto, young people who are either in the alternative program or they're in the bridge program in high school, and all of them will be working this summer. And I just want to say thank you to Instituto and these young people who have told me a few minutes ago they are ready to work. So thank you very much.
And now, Fred Cruz from the Instituto de Progreso Latino. Fred?
Thank you. Thanks, Fred. Thank you. I just want to give a big thank you to Mayor Daley, kindred spirit, and a great friend to the Latino community of Chicago and of Instituto. We really appreciate your leadership. Today, we are the benefit and the recipient of many good things from the federal stimulus package, and building on Instituto's commitment to customized training and workforce development in healthcare, in manufacturing, and now being one of the hubs for the mayor's Youth Ready Chicago. We have a great opportunity through this partnership to leverage our existing relationships and respond to the community's short-term needs and long-term needs. And certainly, this is a tough economic climate, as the mayor mentioned, and anything that we can get youths into programs and training to further their careers is one of our missions. We currently have about 110 youth enrolled in our program, and through this partnership, we will be able to enroll many more. Youth will be placed in internships with companies and businesses around veterinary offices, hospitals, law firms, educational institutions, a variety of corporations and not-for-profit organizations. So we appreciate the commitment of the Mayor's office, Alderman Solis, and Commissioner Karen, and we appreciate this partnership.